Hi, today I want to show you how to put together the Cat Love box card. So first what I do is to piece together the cat head. So I'm using a pick-me-up tool from Silhouette, so that makes it. There's other brands too, but this is the one I'm using. And it just helps me pick up the little pieces and place it. It has a little sticky part at the end to hold the pieces. It's a nice handy little tool for small piecing like this. So those parts, those little tabby sections, you may not want to add these, but I modeled this after a tabby cat. But if you do add these, they do have circular edges so they match up to the edge of the head on both sides as well. Then we'll piece together the eyes after this. And if you are interested in the pick-me-up tool, I'll have a link below. And I'm also using a little fine line applicator for my glue, for my Scotch Quick Dry. That's handy as well for the small areas. And I'll also have a link below if you're interested in viewing more information about that. So we're just going to go ahead and finish off these eyes, put them on the white portion. And really I have the eyes turned a certain way, but really you could just play around with it and see how you like it before you add that little eyeball to it. Or you could do little, you got like googly eyes too. That would be fun to put on this rather than use these eyes. I might have to do that on another one. But I'm just placing them, kind of pseudo placing them, not gluing them quite yet, because I want to make sure that everything's in place, in the right place before I glue it. So I'm going to glue on the middle of the earpieces here. You just kind of, the smaller one fits on the right hand side, larger one on the left. Just kind of place them where you think they look good. After this, we'll piece the mouth section together. There's just a little back area that goes behind the open mouth. A little pink. You could make it really red. It'd be cute red to indicate like a little tongue. But I made it pink for this one. Use my handy dandy tool to place it. And then you can add the nose piece. I have a different color. If you wanted to keep it black, you keep it black. I just had a separate piece. I had a cat that had a pink nose, so thus the pink upside down heart nose. And then for this, I don't want to glue them on quite yet. I want to make sure that the face, it's in the right place, because I did make a mistake earlier and put them lower. Put them high enough so you can see them, unless you want the face overlapping the eyes. That's up to you. I didn't want it on this particular design, and so I just place the eyes, little dropsy there. I do a lot of that. And then you can just line up the face part. I think it would be cute if you use some foam, pop-up foam tape. For this one I decided to do it flush and just line it up. That's how I do it, at least. And then the other thing we want to piece together, just to get it out of the way, I like to do my piecing first, is to add the little love panel to that front. And you'll see I have it embossed as well. This little heart pattern embossed folder I used from Darice, and I'll put a link in the tab. In the description below. I am not going to edit that out because I think you need to know when people make mistakes. We're not always perfect. And there you go. And then now we're going to put it together. So you just fold the card as shown on the scores, and you'll see those flaps will flap down in the front when it's open. So we're going to add the panels to it first. I think it's easier. Most of the panels are going to be added before, I think it's easier than doing it afterwards sometimes. And you have the pressure against the table. And then we'll put that front panel on. And the two little side panels. I think those would be cute with the embossing folder, but I had to put a lot of embossing on this already with the panels. And we're going to flip it over. We're not going to add that large piece quite yet. We'll do that after we glue together the card. But we do need to put the little panels on the opposite side. Because they flip over, you need to put them on the back side. I have a runaway glue bottle there. So again, those are just going to be little flaps when you open it up. So now it'll just kind of close up this way. And we're gonna actually glue that tab. To add glue to that tab, and we're going to glue it to the inside of the back part of the card. So you just line up that edge with the tab fold and make sure that the bottom edge is aligned and apply pressure. And there you go. That's the basics of how it'll open. And then now we'll add the panel. The only reason we do it afterwards is to hide that tab. So you'll just want to insert it and make sure there's a little edge around the bottom and the right and left. You see it's about the same amount. I think it's 0.2 inches, but anyways, you can visualize it. And there you go. And then you can add the cat head to that area. Just make sure it's centered. And you could use foam pop-up foam dots or foam tape here, and it would be really cute. Center it. And then I like to flip it over to apply pressure that way. It just makes it easier for me. And then if I had some, if I have anything on the front, I won't smudge it or anything because sometimes I use chalk. So here we're going to put the panel on the middle insert. And I'll include the embossing folder I used. Forget what it's called, but I had it kind of go the same angle as the arrows on the pattern paper. So here we go. We're going to add glue to that left tab. We're going to insert this insert in the middle here, and this is about halfway from the back, so you want to align that back edge of that tab to the back of the box, and you'll do the same on the other side. You really don't want to be pulling on it until things are secure on one side. You want to line it up about the same distance from the top, from the side top on the other side, and then make sure it's pushed back. And then go ahead and flatten it. That'll help readjust it if it's not quite straight before it dries. And we're going to add the little paws. So you just want to add glue to the bottom of the paw and then place them where you want. I'm having glue bottle issues. And then go ahead and do the other side. And that's it. That completes the card. You don't have to use that love panel. You could make it a birthday card, a pet adoption card, anything really with the hearts. Well, thank you so much for watching.